And now, from 12 Studios, this is News 12 Now.
So this appears to be right now just a disagreement between two individuals that got incredibly heated and ultimately ended the way that it did.
So if you build it, they'll come. That's kind of my attitude. And so I think we kind of get in first, and you really start proving to the people that this is something unique, you know, showing what the assets we have out here. And so we hope to be part of the entire project.
But we hear sirens all the time because people are riding either motorcycles or in their cars, and they're having wrecks because of the condition of the road.
That's where the lion's share of your tax dollars are going. Discuss and take action to accept.
Road in a very This is not a Texas problem. This is a United States of America problem.
As we left the state, it was to make sure that our constituents have a voice, because that's what this process is doing. It's silencing our constituents, and we will not stand for it.
Hello and welcome back to News 12 Now. We have some big national news that has just come out this afternoon. Fort Stewart near coastal Georgia went under lockdown late this morning due to an active shooter. The Post said that 5 soldiers were shot, with the nature of their injuries being unclear. A social media post for the U.S. Army base says that the shooter is no longer a threat and has been taken into custody. More than 10,000 people, including soldiers, families, and Army employees, live on the post, 40 miles southwest of Savannah. Fort Stewart is home to the Army's 3rd Infantry Division. Now, wildfire smoke is wrecking air quality in places across the U.S. amid a 1-2 punch of fires in the West and in Canada that has sent smoke pouring across large sections of the country. Tuesday, millions of people were under air quality alerts in 11 states in the Midwest and Northeast due to smoke from Canadian wildfires. Air quality has also taken a hit from the smoke in western U.S., specifically and especially Southern California, where crews are fighting the biggest wildfire blaze of the year. The Griffith Fire started Friday. It's burned nearly 84,000 acres and was only 9% contained as of Tuesday evening. The fast-moving blaze prompted evacuation orders that were in effect Tuesday for 2 parts of the counties. Elsewhere in Southern California, the Rosa Fire in Riverside County prompted evacuations and sent plumes of smoke into the sky, leaving behind a strong haze. As of Tuesday evening, the fire had burned more than 1,600 acres and was just 15% contained. Then, nearly 24 people in Florida have gotten sick from tainted raw milk. The state's health department didn't name the milk producer, but says that the milk all came from the same farm. So far, several patients, 7 in fact, have been hospitalized. Raw milk has not been heated to kill harmful bacteria, but Florida allows farms to sell it as long as it has been labeled as pet or animal food, which limits regulations on sanitary practices of the farms. Then, close to 60 people have been diagnosed with Legionnaire's disease in New York City, and the city health officials say that 2 people have died from the serious bacterial lung infection. The infection was likely spread by Legionnaria bacteria from cooling towers on buildings in central Harlem. A cooling tower is a rooftop device that releases mist into the air as it cools a large building. If the water inside becomes too warm, stagnant, or isn't properly disinfected, Legionella can grow and sicken people who inhale the mist. The disease cannot be spread from person to person, so the city health department first announced the cluster on July 25th. While officials are working to perform remediation on the cooling towers. They're warning people who are living in the area to seek medical attention if they experience any flu-like symptoms. The National Weather Service is reversing course, now in the process to hire back hundreds of its workers following massive cuts and a federal hiring freeze. The NWS will hire 450 meteorologists, hydronists, and radar technicians. An official with the National Oceanic and Atmosphere Administration says the rehire will include 126 new positions that were previously approved and funded. Those jobs are labeled as frontline mission critical to the agency. Staff reductions were first carried out earlier this year by the Department of Government Efficiency. More than 500 weather employees were let go or forced into retirement by the Trump administration. Our exploration of space could soon be getting a boost. The Trump administration announced plans to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. The rendering of what it might look like that we're seeing here shows the Fission Surface Powered project, and Mars looms large in the background. A moon-based reactor could help as astronauts on long-term missions, with the expectation to launch by 2030. But these plans might not turn into reality, at least not so easily, given the administration's proposed cuts to NASA, a nearly 50% cut in science missions and 20% reduction in staff. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson says that this urgency is partially due to China and Russia planning on similar missions.
This is on brand for America,
right,
to do this. What's not on brand is to cut science programs, not only in NASA, but across the board, and then say, we want to excel in this one spot. Well, in the 1960s, science was a major investment profile of the United States.
NASA says the reactor will produce 40 kilowatts of electrical power. That's about enough for 33 households. Now, don't go away. We'll be right back at home as it's time for our community corner. So don't exit out now. Welcome back. It's time for our community corner, where we go over everything that you need to know about what's going on in Texoma land and what you might want to try out for yourself or be a part of. Speaking of, a brand new restaurant is now open in downtown Durant inside the historic Brick Street Hotel. It's part of a 3-phase project, including the hotel and now the Artisan, bringing a farm-to-table experience by locally sourcing their ingredients. They're also partnered with CJ's Coffee for Java and gourmet cocktails.
The menu, of course, we have steak, we have fillets, ribeye, pork chops, salmon, and various other proteins like that. So everything's got our own special flavor to it. We're really going over and above to bring a taste to Durant that we've not had before, and really, honestly, for the entire Texoma area.
The Artisan serves dinner Thursdays through Sundays, lunch Wednesday through Saturdays, and brunch on the weekends. Now, that looks like something I really want to check out. Yesterday, Southeastern Oklahoma State University hosted their 5th annual IT camp. Several dozen people of all ages came out to learn more about AI. The students listened to presentations and experienced hands-on learning. The professors demonstrated how to use your camera in tandem with AI to explore what's all around you. All you do is hold something up and it can describe what it sees. Now, we spoke with one of the professors about the future of AI. Is it helpful or hurtful?
I think it's helpful. It can be hurtful, especially if it's abused in like education. Students use it too much and it lets it do the homework and not you. So I think if it's done appropriately, I don't think it will reach that point.
All right, there you go. And isn't that interesting? Now, an Ardmore dad is working to make a community for fathers in Carter County. Jonathan Willis created Real Dads Do Real Things in 2020 to empower dads and create stronger families. And soon after, he began working with a statewide program called Strong Dads. It's all about making sure that fathers have the right skills to encourage and teach their children.
A major role that I played was being a dad, and that has been a fuel and a driving force for me.
These programs help dads and dads-to-be learn about accountability, compassion, how to be a positive role model, and more, so that they can have healthy relationships with their family. Now, if that's something that interests you, we recently did a segment on Talk of the Town with Core Dad. You can go find the interview on our website or on YouTube. Both of these organizations seem to be doing really, really wonderful things. So definitely make sure to check both of them out. Now, it's time. I hope that you've already had lunch, or at least you can take your break after, because this is about to make you hungry. Or maybe a little grossed out. It depends on your palate. But probably, I'm gonna be hungry. Now, you know the saying, of course, everything is bigger than Texas. And that holds true for the State Fair finalists of the 2025 Big Tex Choice Awards. The mouth-watering entries were narrowed down from a record-breaking 76 to 15. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so the creations include Vietnamese Crunch Dog, that's what we're looking at right now, and then Chill and Thrill Delight, that looks really good. Oh, I wanna know what's on top of there. That can't be cheese, right? And then that's the Candy Lemon Sour Face. Oh, I love sour candy. And then Rosso's Dubai Chocolate Funnel Cake Fries. Taking something old and combining it with something new, you have to love that. And then crab and mozzarella, oh, I don't know that word, I have to be honest with you, but that looks delicious. And then Cookie Chaos Milkshake, oh my gosh, that's huge, that's perfect. And then the Dubai Chocolate Cheesecake. All right, so it looks like Dubai Chocolate is really taking the cake this year. And then the Coconut Quadruple, oh, now that looks like a lot of work and very beautiful. And then deep fried deli tacos. Oh, that sounds really, really good. Oh, and then finally here we have brisket and brew stuffed pretzels, a State Fair classic and a Texas staple. You have to love it. Now, more contenders, the final contenders, excuse me, are vying for the top titles of either Best Taste Savory or Best Taste Sweet. In addition, honors will go to the most creative and the newest category, Best Taste Sipper. The winners will be announced on August 21st. The State Fair of Texas will kick off on September 26th. Wow. Now, I don't know how many of you guys saw it, but last year, we had one of our morning anchors go and do a ton of stories about the State Fair, and we did a lot of social media content with that as well. So you should go onto our Instagram and scroll down and you'll be able to see food from last year. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious. I helped edit some of that content and I was jealous. I was jealous the entire time. Now, that is all for this News 12 Now. I'm sure that everyone is relieved. We can go eat lunch now after looking at that food. But make sure to join us again here on Monday. Wait, no, sorry, Tuesday. I'm actually going to be out of town for the next few days, so you'll have to do without, but do not worry. Channel 12 offers shows all of the time. Specifically today, make sure to check the 4, 5, and 6 to stay updated with everything going on here in Texoma land. Now, did you feel like any of our stories could have used a deeper dive? Well, check out our website, KXII.com, for more information on all of our stories. You can also find our full packages on YouTube. And then, speaking of YouTube, make sure you're following our Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. There you'll find exclusive content, constant updates, and our past stories. But until Tuesday, bye-bye, Texoma.